We welcome back not only one of America's favorite stars, but one of our good friends, Benton Harbor's own, of course, most famous as Winston on the Ghostbusters, but now season 2 of his show on BET, The Family Business, very good show, debuts tonight. Please welcome back to the program, the one and only Ernie Hudson. Ernie, thanks and welcome back to the show. We appreciate it.
Well, it's great to be with you guys. I always enjoy it.
Well, listen, before we do Old Home Week, Benton Harbor and the rest of this stuff, I thought it might help a lot of people to get your perspective on the Black Lives Matter movement. And I know you've probably been asked this question a lot, but and I've heard this question asked several times. Is this different now? Does it feel different to you? That's actually gonna matter.
Change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're, we've been trying to make peace with and live with a set of circumstances that just hasn't worked for everyone. And to what extent, I think a lot of us have just been unaware. And I think what the Black Lives Movement and a lot of other people are saying is this is not working. We really need to make an adjustment here. And what's different about this time is there are a lot of people are saying, okay, we hear that, because for years they've been saying, like, this isn't working. Everybody's thinking you're being, you're not being reasonable. You should be paid, all this stuff. And so now at least we're all in agreement that, yeah, we need to do something different.
Yeah, and
not to demonize anybody. It's just that, we need to recognize that if we're going to bring about the changes and live together and whatever, we need to do something different.
Well, yeah, we have to recognize that the system is broken and find where it's broken and fix it, rather than putting a Band-Aid on it and pretend that it's fixed.
Yeah.
Right, and the Band-Aid is usually you're upset, and that's we don't want that, so we're just doing something until you calm down, and then we go back. We can't slide back to where we were, because where we were wasn't working.
Correct.
Yeah.
And, ultimately we're all trying to do the same thing, I believe, and so let's figure a way that we can all,
I'll tell you what, if it happens during a pandemic and when America is so polarized in so many ways, I've heard a lot of people say, well, this is the worst time for something. No, maybe it's the best time.
It's the only,
Well, it's the only time,
Yeah, that's true. It's funny because I was raised to believe that you're either responding in fear or you're responding out of love. And I think what we just really need to be aware of is let's not go back, because when we start to fear we become defensive and protective, and it's hard to see the other side.
Right.
And when we respond out of love, we recognize that, okay, we all have a point of view, and let's figure out how we can make this work so that, it's not. But we are polarized right now. And the bottom line, I grew up in Michigan. I'm like, you know me. I mean, I'm not trying to whatever. It's like, and I've been in situations where people look at me and I'm like I'm a stranger or something. I'm like, dude, we're all trying to live the best life we can, and these systems, these laws, they're put in place so that we can do that, and not interfere with our ability to pursue our, happiness. But we want to be inclusive, because when you say to someone you're not a part of this, or you don't have a chance, or accept your place, that becomes very frustrating, and it becomes a thing of, well, then I'll find a way to take it, or I have to operate outside the system.
Right.
I never believed I had to operate outside the system.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We're here with Ernie Hudson, of course, Benton Harbor boy, and dated a girl from Kalamazoo. What was her name, Ernie? Was it Debbie?
I'm sorry, who I married?
No, the girl you dated from last time you were on, you were telling us about a girl you dated in Kalamazoo.
Oh, David Kalamazoo, yeah. Honestly, I'm getting older now.
Okay.
You lose. I have no idea.
Obviously, he was contacted by Debbie, and he's denying the whole thing. And
Right.
I don't blame you, Ernie. She's off her nut. We had to No.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
no.
A while ago. I go back to my high school reunions, and I don't know anybody. They tell me stories, and I'm like, I don't remember.
I don't remember that. That's great. Well, listen, talk about stories. How about The Family Business, Season 2, back on BET tonight? A great first season. We talked to you about that, and boy, it kicks some ass too in the ratings. You guys did very, very well, and I know you can't tell us too much about what's going to happen. You can give us a thumbnail, but I'm also wondering if you guys got this in under the wire before the shutdown, or maybe it was already in the can early enough.
Yeah, no, well, first off, it's a great show. It's a lot of fun. I wanted to do it. I'm one of the executive producers because of the family dynamic. It's a very complex family. But a little bit of what we're talking about, it's when you believe that this is the only option to you, and they very much involved in some illegal activity, but a lot of action. But no, we were halfway through the second season, and we were shut down along with the entire industry. And now we're still trying to figure out how do we go back.
Yeah.
It's hard to do what we do in social distance. I mean, it's...
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's like sports. It's like, offensive and defensive linemen in football. The first snap, they're going to spit on each other and sweat and whatever. I mean, how can you avoid that? Now, we're here with...
and you see different teams trying to go back, and then they'll test, and, 20 people has it, and then they have to back off again.
Exactly. Well, we'll see, but we're excited about the second season. Premieres tonight on BET. We know you're doing a lot of press, and we wish we had more time. But before we let you go, anything on the Ghostbusters front? We asked you last time, and you said you hadn't heard anything from anybody, and then, of course, the whole shutdown thing, so everything's all backed up. Is there anything you can tell us?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the studio wants to tell, but we actually finished. We got it completed on the new movie. Was scheduled to come out actually this month, but now it's been pushed back to next March.
Yeah.
But Jason Reitman, Ivan Reitman's son, directed and produced, and it's amazing. I'm so, and everybody came back, and it was almost a spiritual experience for me. It was just so. I didn't realize how much impact this film has had on my life, and these are the people who shared that experience, and. It's the new cast is amazing. I'm really excited about it. So
my 6-year-old tail is wagging right now.
Yeah.
I am so excited.
Well, you didn't know when we talked to you last. You didn't know if you were going to be in the new movie. It was that long ago. But man, we're really excited about that.
Yeah,
we're excited. Yeah, and we're excited about the family business.
Yeah.
Tonight, BET, great show. Benton Harbor's own Ernie Hudson, ladies and gentlemen. Ernie, thanks again, man, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, guys. Always great talking to you. Take care.